Good point. Thanks so much, Sean. Now, we all love to enjoy some fun in the sun, but you have to be really, really careful. It gets hot in the valley, as all of us know. So what can we do to make sure we stay safe in the heat? That is the question this morning. And here with more is Heather Silvio, an American Red Cross volunteer and also a military veteran. Also here is Tim Samansky, Public Education and Information Officer for Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. Good morning to both of you, and thank you for joining us right here on The Blend.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, synchronized, I like that. So tomorrow begins June, and when I say June, it's almost July. In July, I mean, the summer heat is really going to start to kick in. What do we, as citizens right here in the valley, what can we do to prepare ourselves for the heat wave?
So part of it is, as you said, preparing.
Yeah.
You don't want to wait until all of a sudden it's 110 degrees and your AC goes out.
Sure.
So the first step is making sure that you are prepared by having lots of drinkable water actually at your home, preferably chilled if you can. You also want to make sure that you are aware of your safety plan. And we don't often think about that connected to heat, right? That's something we think about with, well, maybe not here, but a hurricane or a fire or something like that. But even with heat, because if it's a strong enough heat wave, it can knock out power. You know, you can actually, well, yeah, your AC can go out. And so you want to have a plan, discuss it ahead of time with your family of where you're going to go. Because some places have generators and they may still have AC even if yours goes out. And again, you don't want to be trying to make that decision in the moment. You want to have already talked about it. So a public library, grocery store, something like that. Also be aware of your neighbors so that you know if anybody who lives near you might need some assistance, maybe somebody who is elderly or has medical issues or really young children, so that you can sort of plan with them if they're going to need assistance. And then also, and Tim will probably speak more to this as well, but try not to have too many outdoor activities in the middle of the day.
Okay, so be smart about it.
Yeah, think about it ahead of time.
Okay, and speak more to that. I mean, why is it crucial to think ahead and think, you know, don't plan events and activities in the middle of the day?
You know, your body is like a sponge and it needs to have water in it all the time. The middle of the day is the hottest part of the day. It's usually from about 4 to 7 p.m. And your skin is your radiator. It's what keeps you cool, keeps your body temperature at 98. When we perspire, it evaporates immediately, and you don't realize that. What happens is people are not taking in enough water, and they start to get heat exhaustion, dehydration. Your check engine light on your body is called thirst, and when you start to get thirsty, that means that you're starting to go into dehydration, which can take away fluids out of your bloodstream, and that's when people start to get lightheaded and get dizzy. So what you should do is you should stop immediately and take some water and put it back in there so you can get that bloodstream back up. It'll lead to heat exhaustion, which is more serious. If it gets even more serious, you'll go into heat stroke and that person will go into unconsciousness. It's a true medical emergency, and they're literally burning up on the inside. So the best thing to do is you have to keep your sponge full of water, and you have to keep drinking. Just even breathing, you're going to lose a tablespoon of water every hour because it's so dry outside. So constantly drink water. The other thing is here in the valley, we get acclimated to the heat. Our body starts to build up for it. Well, it's been cool this spring, and we haven't had a real warm period. Now with this one coming up this weekend, our bodies are not going to be able to be adjusted to it. So it's going to affect a lot of people, especially the young, the elderly, and people with medical conditions.
So always have water on hand, even if, I mean, sometimes you don't even realize you're thirsty. It's gone hours, and you're like, you know what, I feel parched at this point. So just always be drinking water. The minute you wake up, you don't want to get thirsty.
When you get thirsty, that means you've already hit the critical point.
Okay. And I think of the heat in vehicles and how hot they can get inside the vehicles. Can we talk about vehicle safety in the heat?
Sure.
It's inside, here in the desert, inside a car on a hot day, when it's 100 degrees, it can become lethal in less than 4 minutes. Even when it's 75 degrees, it can get 125 degrees inside of a car in 8 minutes. So never leave a child or a pet inside of a parked vehicle, not even for a minute.
Right.
It not only is it illegal, but it's lethal. And so you need to keep the air conditioning on. We do have people that accidentally lock their kids in their car with all these automatic locking devices now. It accidentally happens.
It happens.
What you should do is you should call 911 immediately. If you call 911 and tell them that you accidentally locked your child in a car and stay with the vehicle, you're not in trouble. So it's the person that runs in a store for just a second, or they're dropping off something and they leave the child in the car. And just in those few minutes, when people say it's only a few minutes, it's actually 5 to 10 minutes.
You lose track of time.
And it can be lethal.
Emergency application. You guys have something like that, correct?
We do. If you go to the App Store, you can get the Red Cross Emergency app.
Nice.
And it's for free.
It's for free, and you're able to
Yes.
get on there, and it gives you tips.
Yes, it's full information. You can always also go to our website at redcross.org/Southern Nevada, and that'll give you information. That'll also talk with you about donating, volunteering, lots of different ways to be involved.
All things Red Cross,
Yes,
correct?
all things Red Cross.
All right. Thank you so much, Heather and Tim. I appreciate your time. Stay safe in the heat with the tips shared this morning. For more on the Red Cross of Southern Nevada, just head to the website or call the number right there on your screen. Don't forget to also follow them on Las Vegas Fire and Rescue on Twitter, and a community event to tell you all about.